Oi, Israel, Palestine. Now, let's talk about the cells in our bodies. You think about we're supposed to talk about Palestine and Israel, and you're here talking about the cells in our body. Listen, the cells in our bodies are more intelligent than us, but they are us. So, look, the cells, right? You can have, you can go on a trip, a psychedelic trip, on salvia, on DMT, whatever. I didn't go on a trip, thank God. It's just something that occurs to me. But it can easily be seen, right, if you were to take psychedelics. I think the solution to Israel versus Palestine is either we brainwash them into peace, we give them shitloads of psychedelics, or, in my opinion, we just wipe them all out and restart. Because the trauma is so deeply ingrained into these people that there is no going forward at all. At all. No matter how much political movement and protest you do, my only solution is to just press the reset button in their psyches, in their psychology. All jokes aside, now that I have your attention, let's speak seriously. Israel versus Palestine. First, the things about the cells in our body, that was not a joke. The rest of the things I say after that were the cells in our body cooperate. They know damn well that they can't live without that cell next to it. So their lives depend on the cell next to it. And so they sort of do some kind of a collaboration, a cooperation. The cells in your body cooperate to keep you alive. They conspire to keep you alive. They help each other to keep you alive. You see, they stick together. They know. Cells in our body know that you cannot hurt your neighbor without hurting yourself. The Israelis and the Palestinians do not understand that simple concept. Without talking, the cells in our bodies and in plants, in animals, in everything, in your nails, they understand that their very lives depend on their neighbors. And so, in a sort of fear for to stay alive, to survive, they cooperate. So it's not out of love. These cells are not binding together and sticking together and looking out for one another, keeping each other in check and in good health. They do it out of fear. It is out of fear that these cells keep you alive, out of fear that they will die next. And so they cooperate to stand together and strong. To you, what I'm saying just sounds probably gibberish, 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 gibberish. For millennial, for however human beings have lived on this planet, we have struggled to understand this simple concept. My neighbor's across there. He probably listened to me like a madman. And this is cold. It's cold in March in Australia. I'm in Melbourne, bro. This shit is cold as fuck. I understand that I can't hurt my neighbor without hurting myself. All right? And so I'm not going to press my neighbor. And then we got another neighbors over here. They're Ethiopians. Ethiopians. I love Ethiopians. They're cool. Their music is hectic. Go and listen to some Ethiopian music after this. Israel versus Palestine. If you're on the Israeli side or you're on the Palestinian side, I want you to understand, bro. In Australia, it's the best way I could put it, the most less sort of, you're a dumb cunt. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. You think you're riding on a political kit to save the kids of Palestinian or the Israelis. You're just simply a dumb cunt, and you're part of this whole thing. You are in Pope. I'll tell you, right? I'm in Australia because the North Sudanese are Afro. What do they call them? Afro Arabs. Afro Arabs are black Arabs, like Egyptians, North Sudanese. I'm forgetting some. Oh, is Tunisian considered? These African Afro Arabs don't get along sometimes with the Christians. You understand? My old man fought against them, and I'm guessing my uncles as well. I have lost countless of people to the Sudanese war, which is the longest war in Africa. Listen to me, you Palestinians and Israelis. We have the longest war in Africa, which has displaced many of my people that are native. I'm native South Sudanese, but I was born in Kenya because of the war. The war has taken countless lives of people in my family, right? No joke. And it has ravished to the point where I've never even seen Sudan. I think I was like a little baby when they took me there for a few months and boom, back to Kenya I went. What I realized with the Sudanese war is the older generation are sort of caught up with it. Sort of, I would have to say sort of, because none of them are. They see each other. North Sudanese and South Sudanese in Australia, they see overseas in diaspora. When they see each other, they get along, bro. The North Sudanese and South, even though some of them back there, they get along. And I don't want to get into the conflict of the North and the South. They hated each other so much they had to split the country, in two and create a new country, South Sudan, the newest country, which was found. I wouldn't say found. They just, this is our side. It was that bad. You stay on your side. Draw the line here. We're gonna stay on our side. The natives just had enough because the Afro Arabs or the Arabs came selling, apparently, as I'm told, came selling spices and salt and just decided to just kind of kick back in Sudan and say, we like it here, bro. We're just gonna kick back here anyway. It's sick. All these niggas have villages. They live in huts. Cool, bro. Let's bring all the stuff that we have across and just chill here and just camp up here. That's how it happened. So with you Palestinians, what I'm trying to get at is, or Israelis, I don't hate a single person that is North Sudanese. I would have voted to keep us together. The simple reason being, we're now Sudanese, bro. Like, what's the point? We could just keep one country together. No, no, no. The people that had trauma, right, from the war, that have lost so many people, not just trauma, bro, like they don't even like each other, voted. I don't know what percentage they said, something crazy like 98% or something crazy like that, bro, chose to segregate themselves from the North. They chose to say, nah, fuck them. They can stay on their side. All right, we're going to camp up over there. You guys do you, bro. We don't want no Islam. We don't want nothing that you guys are on about. Stay on that side, bro. We're good. That didn't solve their problem. They were fighting against each other, but that's and then it goes into the tribes, and now bro. The whole point is I don't want to get into this shit. For as long as the Palestinians are not at peace with themselves and whatever has taken place, which is still happening today, I would not ask them to be at peace with each other. That's not what I'm going with this. And as long as the Palestinian or the Israelis carry their trauma and the generation preceding them pass that trauma down and they see people die, I don't think we're going to see the end of this. The only way I see it, in my honest opinion, is just to let them be, let them work it out, and hope that the next generation, which we can sort of take away from the war, let's take the young one, the children, away, the new Gen Z, take them out of the war, put them somewhere. I guarantee you they'll get along. For as long as you keep them in that little area, that little Palestine or whatever, it's gonna be forever a problem. These little kids pick up the trauma of their parents and their great grandparents and they run with it. Like I don't know. I don't watch Gridiron or. They'll run with it, bro. I was gonna use a Gridiron analogy, but I don't even watch it enough to make an analogy. Watch football, not Aussie rule football, football. But anyways, bro, like I've given up. The reason I said that if you are still free Palestine, that you're a dumb cunt, or free Israel, that you're a dumb cunt. You're thinking on a surface level as if some political little write the paper and it's just gonna end this thing. It could have ended by now, bro. Don't you think about this shit? It's more to do with psychological torture. These people are tortured, and the only thing we could do is just remove the children from that environment and put them in a new environment. That's the only solution I see. From my experience, right? I don't hate the North Sudanese. I have no hatred against them whatsoever. To me, North Sudanese are family. Even though we had the longest war in Africa and I've lost so many people, I still don't care, bro. Why? Because I'm at peace with myself and I see that my neighbor, right, in order for him to live peacefully, I need to live peacefully. We need to both cooperate and live peacefully, just like the cells. You get it? The cells, me and him, need to cooperate out of fear that if I don't cooperate with this guy, my life is in danger. I become weak. I become demented. I become deranged. I become revengeful. I become this thing that I'm not. And I go after him in order to eliminate him. I become very, very tribal minded, if you would. That's what's happening in Palestine. And you dumb cunts just go, free Palestine. Why are you not being an activist? I was an activist. Do you understand? I got videos with Vice being an activist that have. I don't want to expose myself and all of this. You just know me as PD Cattle Hat. But I've been through this activism phase. I've been through actually orchestrating protests. It leads to nowhere. If you're still one of those people that's political and you think politics is going to change something, brother, good luck to you. I'm not trying to say don't do nothing, stay at home. I'm trying to say if you want to save these kids, remove them, them away out of the environment. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't have the answers, Sway. I don't have the answers. I'm being honest with you. But from experience and how I was able to let go of the trauma of two countries or two people just going at each other. And you may say, no, it's not two countries going at each other. It's the Israelis that are the bullies. No, it's the Palestinians that are the bullies. Perception, optics is everything. What do you think the Palestinians tell their kid? And what do you think the Israelis tell their kids? Propaganda, bro. If you were to take those two kids, a Palestinian and an Israeli kid, and you take them to a different country, let's say Australia, they'll get along. It's the environment that's shaping them. The environment, the cloud. Until this day, and I'm going to end here, there is no God in Palestine. There is no God in Israel. Wherever God told you this is your promised land, it's all bullshit. Another tool of religion. Bullshit. I always say, right, because Aussies are known for drinking. You say, oh, you guys drink, you Aussies, you guys drink a lot. I don't drink a lot for an Australian. I don't even like drinking, dog. But I would have I would have some beers, but I prefer a cuppa. Anyways. I think it was one of my Muslim brothers kept going, oh, you boys, you guys drink, Aussies are drunk. And I said, you know what? At least our bottlers actually do offer something in return. When you go to whatever place you pray, the mosque or synagogue or the church, your priests or imams never deliver. The guy at the bottle mart, when you go to the bottler, mate, you're gonna get what you ordered. You understand? You will get what you ordered. You will get your bottle, get your 6 packs of BB, long neck. You'll get your 6 packs or whatever, bro, and you get out of there. I like Maker's Mark. Beautiful fucking drink. Sponsored by Maker's Mark. I'm not gonna join this Israel versus Palestine. I don't care if they wipe themselves out. But we don't learn as human beings at all. I actually gave up. Someone would think I'm very cynical or a pessimist. I'm not. I'm just saying, based on what I've seen in human beings, we actually struggle to understand simple things. Simplicity cannot understand complexity. Complexity cannot understand simplicity. What I'm saying is so simple that you make it complex. And if I was to make it more complex, you'll think it's simple. And so the point is, bro, just like the cells in our body, we don't need to love each other. Palestine and Israel, you don't need to love each other. let some nations take your kids. That sounds really fucking weird, right? Just let some nation come and take your kids. like the like the child protection or something. No, seriously. We need to take the women, the children, the lame, the disabled, and take them to countries where they're safe, overseas somewhere. Isolate them, you not isolate them, not isolate them, let them assimilate in some sort of communities where people cooperate and work with each other. The trauma will be left in that land of that Palestine and Israel. It'll be left there. The new kids, just like myself in Australia, will grow to realize that, hey, I need you. You need me. Not in some not out of love, not out of loyalty, but you need me in order to survive, and I need you in order to survive. So let's just stick together like the cells, work this out. By the day our time come to pass, I don't care, bro, about what happened in the past. When my time come to pass, now I don't care what happened in the past. I just care that when I go to a restaurant, and the chef is a North Sudanese guy, that my boy hooked me up and cooked me some beautiful food, bro. I care that if I'm doing some sort of labor intensive work or some sort of paperwork, or if I gotta translate for somebody, I don't care if they're not Sudanese. I care that they get what they need. I realize that peace comes when we're at peace with ourselves. If we're not at peace with ourselves, it's very hard to get along with other people. Israel, Palestine, they're not at peace with themselves. I don't care who you ride with. I don't care what size you're on. Go fuck yourself. Go join them. Go join the war. Pick up a gun. Go create more trauma. But if you want to live in peace, I want you to realize it's not out of love, it's out of fear. That if I don't work with you, if I don't cooperate with you, if I don't give you something and you give me something in form of transaction, I will die and you will die. So out of fear, me and you need to stick together and work it out and then survive this thing called life. Uh, you know, which is sort of like a prison with a prison for your mind. It's making it, there's so many filters that you can't understand what I'm saying right now. Whether you're Israelis or Palestinian or some idiot who's trying to be one of them activists. Don't involve yourself, bro. You don't understand the level of trauma unless you're from a country where people been fighting wars. If you live to the West, shout out and goodbye to you. See ya. Bye bye. What do you want? Myself.